from Galaxy Video, it's The Dating Game! And here's the star of your show, your host, Jim Lang! Thank you everyone, thank you! And welcome once again to The Dating Game. It's time to meet our first 3 eligible bachelors for game number 1. And here they are!
Attaboy, Afton! Burn in hell, Freddy!
Now let me tell you about these guys. Bachelor number 1 works at a power plant in Springwood. He likes fedoras, soul food, and sleeping in. Meet Freddy Krueger!
Give it up for your Uncle Freddy! Thanks, Jim. Glad to be on the show.
Bachelor number 2 is the founder of Afton Robotics, as well as the co-founder of the place where fantasy and fun come to life, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Doesn't matter how many times you tear out his heart, he'll always come back. Meet William Afton!
Never thought I'd be here tonight, Jim. Lucky me. This is just perfect.
And of course, Bachelor number 3 comes to us from Gotham City. He loves a good practical joke and doesn't take life too seriously. Meet the Joker!
Look, Ma, I'm on TV! It's an honor to be on the show, Jim. It really is.
Well, that's fine, gentlemen, just fine. Now, how would you like to meet our lucky man of the hour? Come on down, Connor! What's happening? Who are these guys? Don't worry, Connor, everyone's nervous on their first date, but you're about to have your first free! You'll all be given a chance to go on a date with Connor, and you'd better make a good first impression, because by the end of tonight, he'll only be choosing one of you to be his boyfriend. I didn't sign up for this! You're all crazy! Somebody get me out of here! The Dating Game will be back after these messages.
What?
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. Just when you thought it was safe to get back into bed!
Hell yeah! It is an honor to debate for my boy Freddy Krueger. He is potentially the greatest slasher in horror history, and is no doubt the most eligible bachelor here.
If you thought romance was dead, now you know who to blame.
I'm sure you all doubt that Freddy is even capable of love. He's a fucking dream demon, empowered by the souls of the children and all those who fear him. He's never loved anybody, right? In actuality, Freddy is no stranger to love. In fact, he used to be married to his beautiful wife Loretta, and they even had a daughter together. Of course, Freddy did eventually strangle Loretta to death after she found out that he was killing people in secret, but I'm more interested in the fact that Freddy got married at all. That would seem to suggest that he really did fall in love with Loretta at the start, or else why would he even bother? Somewhere past that baggy sweater, chest of souls, and weird yellow blood is a heart! A heart capable of love!
I love you, Lisa.
And this isn't Freddy's only experience with this wonderful thing we all call love. Freddy's greatest hits has a number of top-of-the-chart bops, but I would like to direct your attention to the song All I Have to Do Is Dream. This song is about a girl who wants nothing more than to dream about Freddy so she can spend her time with him. As the song goes... You hear that? This girl loves Freddy so much that she is actually spending most of her time dreaming just so she can be with him. That's love! I know these examples aren't exactly John Cusack holding up that boombox and say anything, but when compared to his competition, Freddy is a sweetheart. He is, at least, the least manipulative and abusive of the three here, which is a good quality to have in a boyfriend. Hot take, I know. I can't say that about our purple friend, who I'm pretty sure has never genuinely loved anyone, and is just keeping a calm, Peter Griffin-looking ass face to hide his identity. He definitely did not love his kids. He let Elizabeth fucking die, and tried to murder his son. Freddy at least let his daughter live when she initially found his secret glove room. Unlike Springtrap, Freddy has a lot more going on in his life than killing people and making robots. He's got hobbies. He likes to read, he loves TV enough to become the host of his own show, and he loves music enough to make his own album and star in a music video.
I got national trade and consumer ads. I got a monster hit TV series. I got the holiday spirit. Yes, Virginia, there is a Sandy Claus.
Are you telling me you don't want to marry this guy? I'll call you a fucking liar. Freddy's such a lively and energetic guy with ambition and one hell of an imagination. You would never get bored in a relationship with him. Springtrap? He's a fucking rotting corpse who doesn't even talk that much anymore. And he can't even jump scare you that well. And in FNAF, if you don't have a good jump scare, you ain't shit. Oh hey, how you doing? It's me, Springtrap. Oh fuck. Dumbass. If he was still Matthew Lillard, I could understand the desire to be with him. But this is Springtrap we're talking about. What about the clown, though? An issue with dating the Joker is that he is constantly busy. He's always planning some sort of scheme against Batman, and to be honest, he will always put his relationship with Batman above his relationship with you. If you want to feel like a third wheel, pick the Joker, that's all I'm saying. Just look at poor Harley Quinn and how the Joker treats her. He has this thing where he'll do something nice for her, leading her to believe that he really does care about her, only to turn around and fucking throw her out a window or something. It's a vicious cycle.
Baby, you're the greatest.
You are nothing but a henchman to Mr. J. It doesn't matter if he likes keeping you around, this is gonna suck. He also hates it if someone tries to be funnier than him, so if you have a sense of humor, keep it to yourself. Even if the Joker was nicer to you than he is to Harley, like you're the fucking exception somehow, he would still never put you above himself, nor his main goal of making Batman see the funny side of life. You are never spending time with him. But with Freddy, you are guaranteed to see him every night. Whenever you go to sleep, you can count on the Springwood Slasher popping in to catch up and then bring to life your wildest fantasies. Freddy doesn't have to give you a nightmare. He can give you the most wonderful dreams possible if that's what he wants. He's the fucking Dream Master. By reading your mind, Freddy could find out what makes you the most happy and sees that you get to experience that. And I tell ya, that'll come in handy in the bedroom. Freddy can become anything you want him to be.
How's this for a wet dream?
So if you want a lover that will leave you with laughs instead of bruises, you know there's only one demon for you, and all you have to do is dream.
You will not be spared. You will not be saved. Hello everybody. Didn't think I'd be involved with the two main FNAF videos on this channel. First I animate Freddy Chucky for Multiverse Match, now I debate for Springtrap on GGM.
Symmetry, my friend!
Also, we're still working on Freddy Chucky, we promise. I know all three of these sadistic murderers would be the last thing any poor soul would want to have as a soulmate, but I'm here to tell you that underneath all that cold metal lies a big heart inside of William Afton. First and foremost, I just believe that Afton is the only one here who is able to actually have feelings and care about someone. Much like Freddy, we know that William got married and had a family of his own, with him having 2 sons and most importantly for my debate, a daughter by the name of Elizabeth, who Afton actually shows signs of genuinely caring about, to the point where he actually modeled Baby's design off of her. And despite being in the business of killing children, he actually tried to keep Elizabeth safe and away from all the dangerous animatronics, as implied in some of the voice lines from Sister Location.
Daddy, you let the other children go see her. Why won't you let me go?
Sure, it is true that she inevitably dies in the end, as well as the death of his younger son, the crying child, but there really isn't any evidence to suggest that either of these were directly caused by his hand. Elizabeth most likely died from ignoring her father's words, and the crying child died at the hands of bullies. The only one he outright tried to kill was Michael, but this is mostly because Michael himself tried to track down William first. But his care for Elizabeth does prove that he can form some sort of connection and protect people he loves. I mean, in the graphic novels, he does show a twisted desire to have love and a family. This could be a more healthy way of achieving that. Yes, it's true that he's no longer with his wife anymore, but there really isn't any evidence to tell us that they split up through something like a divorce or him killing her. Meanwhile, Freddy outright killed his wife once they found out about his crimes, and to my knowledge doesn't really seem to hold any real remorse or regret for doing this, showing that his happy family was nothing more than a cover-up for his serial killer lifestyle. And in Freddy's Dead Final Nightmare, he straight up lies to his daughter about loving her to try and get a cheap shot in, showing again no care for his own flesh and blood. And geez, don't even get me started on the Joker. The man is like the Casanova of abusive relationships. At this point, it would be easy to tell you what he hasn't done to poor Harley Quinn when they were together. There are just multiple instances of him beating and torturing the poor girl. He has tried cutting her face off, threw her into a vat of acid, and even once tried to have her be sacrificed in a volcano. At this point, it's safe to say that he treated Harley more like an item he owns as opposed to an actual partner. The dude cares more about Batman than to try to start any real commitments. He abandoned Harley after getting her pregnant, ran her over while he was in the middle of cheating on her with 2 other women, and he literally has a closet of dead people that were his previous Harley Quinns. I could generally keep going if I wanted to, but I think you see my point. Springtrap is a lot more trustworthy than these guys. I mean, just imagine this guy peeking in after a hard day of work to check in on you. What a sweetheart. Speaking of work, I think William is going to have a lot more to contribute in their marriage than the others will, especially in terms of their finances. The dude was able to start his own company called Afton Robotics, which is a business that creates, what else, robots, like the Funtime animatronics, which are going to be used at Circus Baby's Pizza World. And with the help of Henry, they were able to start up Freddy Fazbear's Pizza itself, which before all the child murders was actually a pretty successful pizza establishment, getting its own brand of merchandise and even its own cartoon show. Heck, even after all the murders and burnt down restaurants, Fazbear Entertainment has still shown to continue to make comebacks with various rebrands to keep itself alive. If William really wanted to start over and provide for his new family, I don't see why he couldn't jumpstart a new Fazbear chain. And even if he couldn't, I can definitely see him getting a high-paying job involving engineering, given his impressive resume and skills with robotics. This is going to be much better than the other two. The only job I remember Freddy having is a job as a janitor, which is nowhere near as good as a source of income as Afton's options. Yeah, Freddy is a reality warper who can create and do just about anything in your dreams. I don't care what sort of fantasy he can make happen in your head. He can create your own pool of gold coins to dive in like Scrooge McDuck for all I care. All that dream money isn't going to mean squat when you wake up to your one-room apartment with your rent overdue, eating nothing but white bread. And sure, the Joker could possibly get a lot of money with his typical crime streak like he usually does, but fun fact, that's illegal. If Joker tries to shoot up a bank like he normally tries to do, all that'll lead to is this classic run-in with Batman, and him getting sent right back to Arkham Asylum. Good luck trying to provide for your family when you can only see them through a glass wall. Heck, even despite these crimes, it still doesn't stop him from feeling the IRS. I also don't see him buckling down and getting a real job for long either. In the Harley Quinn show, when he did try to give up his life of crime in order to provide for his family, he eventually gave up that life and immediately went back to his way of villainy. He was just lucky enough that his family was crazy enough to go along with it. Now, the biggest argument I see against me is Springtrap's appearance. I can definitely see how being a dead corpse inside of a big yellow bunny suit can turn a few heads during date night. But it's not like the guy covered head to toe with burn marks and the guy who dresses up in clown makeup with a gigantic creepy grin are completely void of this problem. Especially since these two also take part in some disgusting and horrifying body horror just for the fun of it. With his skills in robotics, I can at least see him potentially fixing up his bunny suit to better cover up the battered body underneath. If he ends up going back to his life of Fazbear Entertainment, he won't be so out of place walking around as just a yellow bunny. People will probably just think he's another guy in a mascot costume running around. And in the graphic novels, after Afton gets crushed inside the bunny suit twice, he eventually was able to take it off. Sure, he still looks battered up with scars and does require extra support now and then, but now he doesn't at least seem too far off from Krueger in terms of appearance. At the very least, the threat of the spring locks malfunctioning is now gone. Look, all I'm saying is that if his son Michael can have his insides scooped out of him and go around and get job as a literal walking corpse, I have no doubt that William could do the same. And if all else fails, Afton Robotics has a special chip which has the ability to mess with a person's senses, allowing them to camouflage anything it is placed on, like making a blank canvas look like a terrifying twisted animatronic, making a doll look like a wheel girl, and even turning Baby into an exact double of Charlie in the comics. If he could perfect this tech, he can make himself look like his old self in no time. Like I said, all these people are crazed killers who no one should realistically go out with. But at the very least, William is by far the most mentally put together in comparison. He's shown to have the ability to be calm and well-spoken during his interview in Sister Location, and in the FNAF movie, he's shown that he can be very casual and easier to talk to, offering coffee and such. Yeah, he has a bit of an ego, but at the very least he's subtle about it. He's not going to be as cocky and boastful as the other two are going to be. No one wants to sit around all night listening to someone talk about how awesome they are during their date. You could at least have a normal conversation with Afton. Meanwhile, good luck trying to have a serious discussion without hearing over and over again. Joker and Freddy can be fun to talk to, but I can also see them messing around with you like they typically do with their targets, which can get pretty annoying pretty fast. Besides, William is capable of having goops and having a laugh as well, so it's not like he's just gonna be stone-faced the entire time. So who would you rather be with, Two crazed, egotistical, always laughing freaks who care about nothing but themselves, or the hard-working family man willing to work that 9 to 5, or 12 to 6 to be more specific. Purple is the color of compassion after all, because no matter what turmoil or hardship will happen between you two, you can always count on William Afton to never leave your side. After all,
I always come back. Till death do us part.
Well, isn't this a funny scenario? But hey, even the criminally insane need some love too. Let's give these three a shot, alright? I'm Butter Samurai, and I'm here to tell you what out of these three dashing men, dating the Joker is your best option. Now let's not try and play any moral games like these two child murderers have any high ground on the clown prince of crime. No, what this debate comes down to is, who's the better providing man? Whose face do you want to see pop up most once you get home from that long day at work? Well, not that one for sure. Now, let's start with our first bachelor, William Afton, the man behind the slaughter. I just don't see this man providing you with anything but agony. It is his forte after all. I mean, just ask his wife. Oh, wait, I mean his ex-wife. Already failed out of relationship even before becoming an undead soul trapped inside a rusted up mechanical furry suit. Ugh. With all that rotten flesh barely hanging on, he has to smell like he just came out of a gaming convention. No wonder Freddy Fazbear's was such a failure under his control. Ah, speaking of, not only has Afton already failed as a husband, he fails as a provider too. Not to judge someone's business so harshly, but Afton's capability to run the industry is pretty piss poor. Freddy Fazbear's is a trash heap with nothing but furniture picked straight from the garbage. I would know. I found one of their franchise owners picking through my dumpster the other day. But didn't Freddy Fazbear succeed eventually? You can't deny the success of locations like the Pizzaplex, right? Well, yes, this is true, but William wasn't in the picture when this happened. Freddy Fazbear's only got out of the dirt after Afton stopped controlling it. But hey, he can't provide for you financially, and he already failed as a husband once. But you know, maybe some summer lovin' during the honeymoon might be a little too spicy to deny. After all, who wouldn't want to lock lips with a grotesque, almost mutilated, rotting corpse inside a mechanical suit that if you touch wrong, you'd have your limbs crushed? You might think that that's it, but no, there's more. Afton does have experience as a father. You know, getting his daughter murdered along with many other children he went out to kill, including his son. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't choose to raise a kid with someone who actively seeks out kids to murder. Altogether, Afton brings nothing positive to this relationship. He's a psychopathic child murderer who couldn't make it as a husband, couldn't make it as a businessman, got his child killed, and is so physically disgusting that it's doubtful you could stand in the same room, let alone spend the rest of your life with him. But hey, let's take a gander at Bachelor number 2. Freddy Krueger, the Springwood Slasher. Does this man from your nightmares prove to be the man of your dreams? God, no. As a husband, he straight up murdered his wife in front of his daughter. He would be a terrible husband. He has two things on his mind most of the time, being kill and torment the teens of Springwood. He's not going to be spending any time trying to bond or love anyone. Instead of late night drinking, he's going to be late night murdering people. Even if he does spend time with you, it's probably going to be tormenting the hell out of you with your worst nightmares, but now you can't even escape him through waking up. Neither of y'all are going to want to spend time together, nor would you enjoy it if you did. And he isn't exactly pulling in any income. Let's look at Frederick's resume. He used to work at a power plant as the janitor, and nowadays he doesn't even have that job. So he's not going to be pulling in any money, and doesn't have the job experience or education to even get one to help provide. And I doubt that many people are going to be attracted to him when he looks like a bleeding scrotum. Trying to find the beauty inside the man who looks like he's inside out is going to be a serious task. Especially since Freddy's tastes are problematic. Nobody should let this man raise a child, let alone be within 1,000 feet of one. Freddy by far is the worst option here. Afton, while a disgusting monster, only murdered children. Yes, that's somehow the bar that's been set. But hey, now that they've been set, let's go to our final bachelor. The Joker. Clown Prince of Crime. American lunatic. And the true Tumblr man of this debate. You might go in thinking that this crazy clown doesn't bring you anything, but he's got so much more than anyone else here. You might be wondering, can the Joker even love? Without a doubt he can. There's several instances where he's actually shown to care for people. There's the obvious relationship between Joker and Harley, which has lasted more than a few dozen years. Don't let his love for Batman fool you. Joker also does love Harley. He's done selfless acts for her, like paying for her college tuition even before getting to know her that much, gotten really jealous when she got with a new man, and even once, when having the powers of a literal god, was concerned for her safety from an upcoming apocalypse and wanted to protect her. A man who doesn't care wouldn't have thought twice about it, but the Joker clearly does. And this ability to care isn't limited to just this. Another example is, he once started to receive letters from a kid who was doing a school project on him and actually became pen pals with her. There was enough trust that she actually told him about her abusive dad. And the moment that he learned about this, he went down there himself, got the dad arrested, made sure that she got all of his money, and then moved in with her mother so that she would have a better life. A completely selfless action out of care for his favorite pen pal. Several versions of the Joker have shown to make attachments with people, the Harley Quinn show even showing that he has a wife and kids. But not only is he capable of caring, he's more than capable of providing for any family. I mean, the Joker is rich. Batman levels of rich. You wouldn't need to worry about working another day in your life when you're with him. A nice little switch up from our previous contenders. And when the honeymoon rolls around, I don't think I need to justify why the Joker is far more appealing than the two who need a censor bar to cover themselves. The Joker might bring a ball and gag, but then you look at the other's balls and gag.
What happened? Why does it look like a salad bar exploded?
But finally, as a father, Joker would be shockingly good. He's shown on multiple occasions that he can raise children properly. He once raised a baby gorilla, giving him the childhood that he wished that his aunt gave him, making a very strong bond with him that they actually referred to each other as father and son. He even raised baby Batman just as responsibly and has a son in the Harley Quinn show. For a lunatic, he actually knows how to be a pretty dang good father, giving him a check in all the categories. And frankly, there's one more big point going for the Joker over the rest of these psychos. The Joker can change. We've seen iterations that have reformed back into society. We've seen him have compassion, worry, and care for people other than himself or Batman. We've actually seen traces of humanity left in him. Freddy and Afton don't though. They are heartless killers who aren't going to change no matter how hard you try. So for any chance at a normal love life, the Joker's the best option you got. Though, you might be asking, Butter, I thought you said that we weren't going to be playing the moral game. Well, I never said I was gonna play fair.
Oh, bitch. This is such a beautiful Valentine's Day special. Let us know who you'd give your heart to. I mean that literally, of course. We strive for dedication.
I only ask y'all to do one thing. Comment down below which of these fine bachelors will come out on top. Oh, and be sure to check out the Patreon in the description below.
That's 2 things. We'll be back soon for part 2. Until then, a joke a day keeps the gloom away.